Welcome YouTube. This is your boy JD and about to play NBA 2K17. Waiting for NBA 2K18 and NBA Live 18 to come out, which will come out September 15th. Can't wait to play it. As you know, I play for NBA 2K18. I'm going to play as the Utah Jazz's general manager, and NBA Live 18 I'm going to be playing with the Washington Wizards, or I'll probably do the career mode. Yeah, instead of doing the Washington Wizards, that's what I'll do differently. And NBA Live 18, because I like the story mode in NBA Live. Right now, I'm about to play the OKC. I'm about to say Oakland, OKC Thunder. Right before we get to the All-Star game, as you can see in front of you, my schedule. So far, we're in second place in the playoff picture for the Eastern Conference. So I'm just a game and a half behind the Cleveland Crappy Cavaliers. And since I'm talking about the Cleveland Crappy Cavaliers, if you haven't been up to speed on what's going on in the NBA, there's been a major trade within the NBA. Cleveland Cavaliers finally traded Kyrie Irving to the Boston Celtics, and Cleveland will get Isaiah Thomas and Jay Crowder, which I don't understand that trade at all. That's about the dumbest trade that Boston could ever do. Kyrie Irving is an awesome basketball player, but he is not a leader or motivator, unlike Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas was a motivator. That's how Boston was able to get as far as they did in the playoffs last year, because he was a motivator. He gave the players drive. So when Isaiah Thomas got hurt, they didn't want to let him down, and they beat Cleveland that one game in the Eastern Conference Finals. And they, I don't know, whatever. It's just something about Isaiah Thomas. He was able to move those guys, even with him not being there. They were able to beat Cleveland that one time in the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think Kyrie, my personal opinion, I don't consider Kyrie a leader or a motivator. Even though I don't particularly care for LeBron James, but he is a leader and a motivator. So, yeah. But either way, even though they got Isaiah Thomas, Cleveland is not going to beat Golden State Warriors. And I'm pretty sure Gordon Hayward, after he got the word, I'm pretty sure he probably kicking himself in the butt and say, dang, I should have stayed with the Jazz. Yeah, you should have, dummy. But anyways, I'm going to shut up. I don't do commentary on this game. I just wanted to give you a heads up, the new update that was going on within the NBA with the NBA trade with Kyrie Irving going to Boston Celtics, and Isaiah Thomas and Jay Crowder is going to the Cleveland Crappy Cavaliers. All right, other than that, enjoy the gameplay, and don't forget to like and share. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe as well. I was about to forget that. I'll forget that. Anyways, also, I don't care if you're new to the channel or not, hit that little bell button right beside the subscribe button. That way you'll know I have posted new videos up on YouTube, and you'll get it right away. All right, enjoy the gameplay.
Welcome everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. All-Star game getting closer every day. The league made a switch to have a longer break. Brent, I think the players really like that change and more time off.
Maybe not the players who appear at the All-Star game, right, but certainly, Kevin, the players who are in the All-Star weekend are getting some longer times on the beaches and some of the exotic locations where they go to refresh.
And it's got to make for a better product in the long run.
I think it does. I think it allows guys to just spend a little bit of time with their families, refocus themselves, so the extra days seem to be helping.
We got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So for Oklahoma City right now, We've got Russell Westbrook. Taj Gibson is out there with Adams. And it's McDermott.
The awareness of Russell Westbrook to locate the open man and deliver a strike, something he's developing.
Here's Wall. Drills the baseline jumper.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Man, that guy coming out firing, who knew? Exactly what we expected.
Knocks it loose. To the paint. Here's Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Well, ferocious and power. Steven Adams on the inside, taking it out on the rim.
Pass to Gobert. Shot from 12. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Yeah, but they didn't roll over in that game. Had a good chance still to pull out the victory. Just couldn't come through in crunch time.
Yeah, it was not disastrous. They did have some very good stretches in that game, but they just could not sustain it for as long as they needed.
Nice shot by McDermott.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Coach Billy Donovan.
Thanks, Kevin. He said, look, all they talked about before this game was defense. Going up against one of the best offensive teams in the league, he said, it's a challenge that we embrace. Nobody can do it by themselves. It's got to be a collective effort. No hero ball on offense either. Guys, we'll see if they can put the brakes on them. It's never easy. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you as always. And, of course, facing an offense like this, you really have to be aware at all times of the weapons they throw at you.
Yeah, and they can light it up when they get it going. It's going to take a top-notch effort defensively to keep them in check.
Yeah, I believe that they're just ready for this challenge. They've been amped up. They've had some time to get ready for this one. The day is here. Let's see if they can get it done.
Screen by Ibaka. Barnes dishes to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
So agile. Ibaka able to quickly come up and set the screen. They quickly rolls into position for the score.
Screen by Adams. Outside Westbrook. Here's the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Westbrook's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. All with it. He's coming off a 28-point game against Indiana. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. It's now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for him.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Here's Westbrook. Last game he had 28 points. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. There's the three. And it's Westbrook again missing.
It's one of those quarters where you're just incredibly frustrated that you did not impact it the way you wanted to. So nothing going right now.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Washington shooting their first free throw of the game right now. And the free throw, no good. One item with Russell Westbrook and the big contract for Enes Kanter. The Thunder without a lot of financial wiggle room right now.
Well, with Westbrook, we've talked about how much on a nightly basis you're going to have a chance to win regular season games. But with the loss of Ibaka and Durant, it opens up a huge opportunity for a big man to step up and contribute. One of the things Billy Donovan has to be proud from what he saw last year was Steven Adams and his progression in the middle. Can Enes Kanter now become that guy to play consistently on the inside for OKC?
And I like that they're not settling. Hitting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Gibson with the screen on Wall. Meeks with the steal. Gobert with the block. But they get it back. And Westbrook gets it to go.
Well, right there, Russell showing a little bit of the bulldog mentality from the guard spot, getting in there and grabbing the extra 2.
Here's Meeks. And he throws it down hard with one hand. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
And first timer of the game called for Oklahoma City. The last encounter was in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
Yeah, those turnovers were inexcusable. So many of their possessions ended with them giving the ball away. It's one thing to make passes, but you need to pass to your own team, not the other one.
Wizards making a switch here. Morris is checked in, and Oklahoma City also making a switch. Cantor's checked in. Now Westbrook. He's got 5, 4 on the shot clock. And he's good on the 3-ball. Westbrook's got 8.
Sometimes it's more about when Russell hits the 3. That time looking confident.
Ball passes to Gobert. It's hauled in by Adams.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
That's really one of his specialties, altering shots in close.
Here's Westbrook. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Gobert. And here we go. Washington fast break. Wall with the ball.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
And Jody Meeks gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul for the Thunder. Nick Collison's checked in for Adams. And it's Jeremy Grant in for McDermott. On defense, Washington. Aprinas the pass to Cantor. A second chance effort. That one, no good. And it's Washington the other way. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, offensively, they got all the momentum behind them, got the D on the ropes, and they just kept throwing haymakers.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
To the inside. It's stolen by Gobert. And Wall kicks to Barnes. Count that bucket. Barnes has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now here's Westbrook. 8 points for him. Aprinas the pass to Cantor. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Cantor's got his first points of the night.
But what you have to like about Enes Kanter, defense aside, is that he's an efficient scorer. He's got great instincts to offensive rebound and be in position for somebody to feed him the ball on the inside.
And Meeks kicks to Wall. 5 to shoot. Barnes can't get it to go.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
The shot's good from Cantor.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders, Kanter also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
Meeks dishes to Gobert. From 10 feet out and misses it off the right side of the rim. And for Cantor, his play is what everyone envisioned for him when he was taken 3rd overall back in that 2011 draft.
Well, the hopes for every general manager looking at Kanter was that he'd be a great low-post scorer, and that's where he's shown most of his prowess. There and at the offensive glass, where he just simply swallows everything up and puts it back in the basket.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
Just not happy with how his team is playing, and they just have been on the wrong side of this run.
Yeah, right now just getting barbecued. Maybe poor strategy, poor effort, could be both.
For the Wizards, Gortat's checked in for Gobert. Joseph comes in for Meeks, and it's Burke in for John Wall. Cole's checked in for Oklahoma City, and that one's good. Barnes.
Strong start here early. 4 of his first 5 made.
Cole the pass to Cantor. Knocked loose. Gortat with the steal. And here we go. Here's Joseph. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Free throw, no good for Joseph. Thunder trailing by 3. To the middle, and the dunk by Grant.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Burke kicks to Barnes. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. And 11 points for Barnes.
Well, he is a huge reason why they have this lead.
near the three-point line. It's Westbrook. They grab their own miss. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. There's a screen by Cantor. Takes the three. Rebound by the Wizards.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Nailed from three-point land.
Not much defense to speak of yet here, guys.
Well, both O's are executing at very high levels, but it's early. We'll see if that continues.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Bangs home the trifecta. Westbrook's got 13.
Westbrook has become a much more conscientious player, but still, he can get his points in huge bundles.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Wizards lead by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And Russell Westbrook, a guy who has faced some criticism, also a guy who is extremely critical of himself.
It's tough, and I'm still learning every night to be able to come out, to know when to score, to know when to pass, to know when to be aggressive, to know when to slow down. It can be tough at times because I want to do so well, and I want my teammates to do so well, and I want to win so bad.
Well, you have to love the competitive attitude, the desire to be great, not just for himself, but for his teammates, too.
And the emphasis on winning. That's why so many people in the league feel that it's just a matter of time before Westbrook puts those finishing touches on his game.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And when you consider how the Wizards are doing, guys, your thoughts?
You know, you can tell right now this team's on the same page. They are right where they want to be offensively.
Love the unselfish basketball. Beautiful thing to watch. It's how the game is supposed to be played.
Noel is out there with Gortat. Then it's Corey Joseph. Then there's Trey Burke. And it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. That's the group start for second quarter for the Wizards. Noel dishes to Joseph. To the inside. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, the anticipation for steals that Westbrook shows, I mean, maybe playing point guard paying off on the defensive end to help create that fast break.
And Norris Cole's going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
For the Thunder, Adams, he's checked in for Canty. Doug McDermott comes in for Grant, and Abrinas subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Joseph, the pass to Burke, on the wing, Barnes. Feeds to Noel. And Noel throws it down.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Here's Cole. Burke covering. And stolen by Noel. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems at times that Russell Westbrook can put up a triple-double at will. But he said, everybody thinks that I care about numbers and things like that, but I really don't. I don't think about who shoots, how many times they shoot. That really doesn't matter to me. I just like to win. All that matters is if we win. Evan?
Thanks, D.A., one of the most competitive players in the NBA. Abrinas, he's covered by Joseph. Kicks it to Gibson. Gortat with the steal. Down low, here's Burke. And it's Burke slamming it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Well, terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Well, not too many current or former NBA players can say this, but you can, Brent. You've been in a movie. How was it getting involved in the Jerry Maguire movie? And do you have any more plans to be on the big screen?
I have more plans to go to movies, Kevin, than to be in the movies. Somehow, some way, I got a phone call from somebody that said, we need you to come down here. And I know the backstory to it. Cameron Crowe is from Seattle. I met Cameron Crowe several times. And he said, Brent, I got a part for a basketball player. How about a movie? I said, cool. Then he said, how about a movie with Tom Cruise? I said, even better. And then he said, how about a movie about a sports agent with Tom Cruise and you'll be in the scene with him? And I said, what time?
How many lines did you have in that movie?
Oh, I nailed it. One line, Kevin. One line, one take, Jake. And there was a kid there that was in the same scene and was about signing some basketball cards, and the little boy was suffering from a cold that day, and Tom Cruise could not have been nicer. In fact, gave the kid some Kleenex.
That's a great story. He feeds it to Noel. Now, here's Burke, guarded closely. And Joseph kicks to Noel. Nice ball movement by Washington. Gortat gets hauled in by Adams.
I'm surprised he didn't try to knife through the open lane there. He has to be more aggressive next time in attacking the defense.
Cole, the pass to Abrinas. Offensive rebound. And the rejection by Noel. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. Washington on D. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And here are the Wizards now. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. And the shot is good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Abrinas, he's covered by Joseph. The pass to Cole. No good. And it's Washington the other way. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. It's a 16-point game. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
There's a screen by Gortat. There's Noel. Joseph dishes to Meeks. The feed to Burke. Passes to Joseph. Fires the three. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Burke's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They have a huge edge in that category.
Yeah, great ball movement and patience. They're working hard for those good looks.
Washington making some changes. Baca comes in for Gortat. And it's John Wall in for Burke. Nick Collison's checked in for the Thunder. Adams, the pass to Abrinas. Rejected by Wall.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Here's Ibaka. The shot from the low post is good. Ibaka's got his second bucket of the night.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Adams with the screen on Wall. McDermott. And it's off the back rim. No good. And it's Washington's ball. They're on a 19-4 run. Here's Meeks. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely. Meeks got 9 points.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
You know, he just like every other coach can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, some of that right now might be a lack of toughness, but you can't combine that with laziness. Guys are not crashing down and closing off those driving lanes.
Morris is checked in for Washington. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for McDermott. Another shot. Adams' shot is good. Adams has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, you have to put at least one body on Adams, maybe two. With his size and relentlessness, he'll light you up on the offensive glass.
Wall. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. Abrinas, he's covered by Joseph. Abrinas, the pass to Cole. Shot clock at 5. Tipped away. And now Wall running the floor all by himself. And Wall with the slam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
The dish to Adams. And it's sent back by Morris. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Let's now pause to take a look at the scoring breakdown between the front and back court of tonight's contests for the Wizards.
And we can see pretty even there between the guards and the bigs. That kind of balanced production has what's helped them craft this huge lead.
And the Thunder making a switch here.
Dennis Cantor. Russell Westbrook.
Thunder trailing by 21. Here's Cole. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Grant kicks to Cantor. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
Great execution. Could not have asked for a better shot.
Wizards passing it around. Stolen by Grant. Here's Cole. He's covered by Joseph. It's good. And that's 15 points for Russell Westbrook.
Well, able to explode in the paint at will, and a great finisher. Westbrook a terror once he gets in there.
Past the wall. It's taken away by Collison. Grant gets a wide open look. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. Stolen by Joseph.
All you have to do is point to their turnovers this quarter. There's a reason the scoreboard looks like it does.
And Wall with the slam.
And how's that for some ups coming from that one?
Well, he is a rarity among NBA point guards in his ability to elevate.
Gotta love the fact that going vertical is a major part of what makes him so difficult as a point guard to defend, especially around the rim.
And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Wall's got 6 here in this quarter. And Cole kicks to Westbrook. The tray. Rebound, Washington.
You love basketball. Couldn't miss in the first quarter. Now can't make it in the second quarter. Gotta be eating at him just a bit.
Rejected by Collison. Poked away. One-on-one fast break. And now here comes Cole, leading the break. A nice shot by Collison.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Wizards leading by 19. There's 31 seconds left in the first half. And Wall kicks to Morris. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
So for the Wizards, Gobert, he's checked in for Ibaka. And it's Barnes in for Jody Meeks. The Wizards have missed both of their free throws tonight, 0 for 2 so far. Westbrook against Wall. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Collison kicks to Grant. Dishes to Cantor. It's stolen by Gobert. And here is Joseph. On the 3 off target. And so a pretty lopsided game to the first half. It's the Wizards running away with it. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave. 4 quarters. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game. He has been everywhere.
You just can't shoot the triple any better than he did in that first half. That was incredible.
Yeah, not something he typically does well, but it shows almost anyone at this level can get on a roll on any given night.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Taking a look at the Thunder, they've got Taj Gibson. He's out there with McDermott. Russell Westbrook out there with Adams.
I'm not sure what else you can do right there. Westbrook with the length and quickness to get the shot off, even when you're right next to him.
And for years, people used to criticize Westbrook for his shot selection. You're less and less of that, though, now lately.
Well, he's an MVP-type player in his own right. He led the league in scoring in 2015, remember, with Kevin Durant out, and he did it very, very efficiently. It's a good problem to have if you're Billy Donovan and the Thunder.
And both free throws good for Serge Ibaka.
And back in '08, Ibaka became the first player ever from the Republic of Congo to be drafted in the NBA.
Gobert with the block. Westbrook against Wall. He dishes it to Ibaka. From the low block, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Taj Gibson picks one up. Brent, you've been traded one time in your career. How jarring of an experience is that to leave one team that you may like and go to another that you weren't expecting?
It's a very strange situation to be called into an office and have your coach tell you you've been traded. You start to have a bit of an out-of-body experience, especially if you're in the younger, early stages of your career, because you always assume that you're going to stay where you are. You hear the kids on draft night talking about, I can't wait to move to this city, and we're going to get these things set up. And in the blink of an eye, that all comes to an abrupt business-like end.
So what was your trade? Who told you, and where'd you go?
I was traded from the Clippers to the Miami Heat, and I was actually in the training room at the time. And that game, the Clippers were actually playing the Heat in LA that game. So I had to get out of the training room, go pack some bags, go take a physical, and fly to Miami while the team was still on the road. And so it was a very odd experience living in a hotel for a while, starting to assimilate all the new nomenclature for the offenses, getting to know the teammates, and then preparing yourself for what is going to be a couple months left in the season with a bunch of new guys that you didn't go to training camps.
The Thunder shooting their first free throws of the game.
At the line for 2.
And so he hits both. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Outside, Wall. Gobert with a screen on Westbrook. Fades away. And off the front, and in it goes. Gobert's got 6.
And sometimes you just can't get around your defender there. You got to hit him with that hot top fade.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, you can't make any excuses right now for them giving the ball up as much as they have in this one. Hopefully they can get on the same page during this timeout.
Got a piece of it. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. McDermott dishes to Westbrook. And the shot is long.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
Yeah, he sat in that mid-range area, which can be a no-man's land defensively, but he quickly moved over to contest.
A wide open look here for Ibaka. And a miss there on the triple. The Thunder have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Pass to Westbrook. He kicks it to Adams. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Washington leading now by 23. And Wall kicks to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Oh, yeah, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. Westbrook against Wall. Feeds it to McDermott. The shot, no good. Wall with some nice D. Wizards have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Inside, and it's blocked. Westbrook with it. 17 points in the game, and stolen by Barnes. Here's Gobert. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Now he's put on a shooting display here in the second half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
Westbrook and the rejection by Ibaka.
And, well, he's been the NBA's leader in blocks multiple times. Ibaka just has that rare instinct for it. The chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. And it's Westbrook again missing.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
That's a 2 from Barnes. Will not go. This is off the front iron. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements. And Westbrook gets it to go.
Timeout.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And you look at Russell Westbrook, definitely an MVP caliber player. And I recall some eyebrows being raised when he was selected by the Seattle Sonics, the 4th overall pick back in 2008. Clearly the franchise knew what they were doing.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Gortat's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Noel comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Burke in for Jody Meeks.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Maybe a great run of games coming here. Let's see if he can keep building on this performance.
Nice shot by McDermott. And Brent, you won the dunk contest back in '96. You've got to think Russell Westbrook could have won it too if he wanted.
Are you saying over me, Kevin?
Yeah.
There are a lot of guys who could have won it over me. Yeah, he's a big-time game dunker, and I loved his quote. He said, "I dunk on people." That's what makes his dunk so special, the ferocity with which he attacks the rim. Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Washington's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Here's Gortat. And Gortat with the stuff.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Yeah, great vision, patience. He's been the catalyst for a lot of what they've done tonight.
Kicks it to Gibson. Tries to keep it alive. Here's Cole. Burke covering. And the Thunder, another three.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
The Wizards have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Down low, there's Noel. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know that the Thunder hired Billy Donovan as its new head coach. In his 2 decades at the University of Florida, he led them to 2 national titles with players like Al Horford and Joakim Noah. A defensive-minded coach, he's developed into a great offensive mind. And fellas, that's what he's trying to bring to OKC. Moving the floor, as he calls it. Creating space for their great scorers to operate.
Ball movement, player movement. That's where the league is going, D.A. Thanks. Well, you look at the Spurs, the Warriors, the Atlanta Hawks. These are offenses that teams want to be like.
Well, anytime that you move the basketball quickly and crisply, Kevin, you're going to move the defenses around. And as soon as those shifts happen, that's where great offenses take advantage of poor positional defense.
Nick Collison's checked in for Oklahoma City.
Russell Westbrook, one of those players who's a walking triple-double at times, and he loves to pick up his points at the free throw line if possible.
To the left wing for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Collison's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Grant the pass to Westbrook. Trying to find Canner. Gets it to him. Gortat with the block. Washington's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Burke kicks to Gortat. Stolen by Grant. To the paint. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Wall. And another miss by Washington.
I have no clue what happened with the defense there, but they should be thanking their lucky stars that somehow he bricked. That just happened.
Nicky Collison.
Kevin, is there another player out there capable of moves as stunning as that?
A handful at the most. He is an elite company. Gortat with a screen on Westbrook. Here's Wall. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
The size, length, and power of Cantor on full display that time.
Washington calls timeout. And just thinking about the way Cantor's career has gone, a lot of high expectations early, Brent, and a starting job after he moved teams.
And I think that might be a key for Cantor in the role of being a scoring big man off the bench. Really can play to his strength, and he can take advantage of another team's second unit, maybe not ready or equipped to handle what he brings to the table offensively.
Markieff Morris is checked in for the Wizards. Corey Joseph comes in for Trey Burke. A nice shot by Wall.
He's given them a little bit of everything this quarter, but his scoring has been absolutely dominant.
Westbrook double team. Cantor dishes to Cole. Takes the 13-footer. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Cole's got 5 points now this quarter.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Stolen by Grant. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. That shot misses. Good D by Barnes. Wizards leading by 23. And it's Barnes smacking it down.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it. There's a screen by Cantor. 4-3, Westbrook. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. There's a screen by Gortat. Wall passes to Gortat. He used that pick to get in close. Gortat's got 6.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Outside Westbrook. He feeds it to Cole. Knocked away. Here's Cantor. And that's not going to go. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Washington out in front, opening up a huge gap. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
We should never get beat like that in transition when they throw the ball.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Washington calls timeout. And a hot button topic in the NBA right now, intentional fouling. Brent, we've talked a little bit about it. What should the league do to take steps to cut down and attack the player strategies that seem to be more in vogue now than ever before?
Of course, we always say just go up and make your free throws, big guys. But I think strategically there could be something done with the league, Kevin, that could make that rule very, very interesting. I've always thought that if the player as a center or whoever it is you're going to foul stays in the backcourt and never enters the possession, he can't be fouled. When he enters the front court, then you can foul him and put it at the free throw line. So what you're doing essentially, taking a poor free throw shooter and having to play 4-on-5 for a possession if you're willing to keep him on the floor. And from a strategy standpoint, I think it would make it very interesting.
Morris pairs with Gortat down low. Corey Joseph is out there with Satoransky. And it's Mack in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Here's what Washington's going with right now. Noel comes in for Gortat. And Trey Burke subbed in for Joseph. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Kyle Singler. Gibson comes in for Nick Collison. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Houston. And Abrinas subbed in for Andre Robertson. Gibson the screen. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Noel. On up the court, and Noel throws it down.
Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. And with the new player tracking cameras they have now, so many possibilities, Brent, as far as studying the game, and I'm sure you think that somewhere, somehow, is going to make a difference on the way these teams are conditioned, how they're coached, the minutes they play, and on and on.
I think what it's great for a coaching staff to look at, Kevin, is with regards to specific plays that you run for your ball club, how it is that spatially your players are relating to one another. You can use these cameras to track the distance players are running. You can track where it is that they're setting screens and how effective they are. The list goes on and on and on. But coaches can really dig into the minutia of how it is that their players are coordinating with one another with the use of this technology.
That is a great point. And it's Noel with the rebound.
His offense just has not been there tonight. And he needs to step up his game because there's still time to recover.
Now the pass to Matt. Again, the Wizards score.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
That's tipped, and that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. So for the Wizards, Serge Ibaka has checked in for Matt. Jody Meeks comes in for Satoransky. And John Wall subbed in for Burke. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Westbrook's checked in. Abrinas the pass to Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Well, he has a great ability to lead his man with the pass. Puts him in great position to score.
Morris a screen. And Wall kicks to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Hit his teammate right in stride. That's a great assist.
The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Wall against Westbrook. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Washington's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Outside, Wall. And I saw a study recently, Brent, that home court advantage isn't what it used to be.
Well, home court advantage is about a point to a point and a half. I read that very same article, Kevin. So it's interesting.
You sent it to me. You remember that? You sent that article.
Oh, you read the things I sent to you.
Of course I do.
Well,
when you sent it, that's a priority list. Yeah.
That's a first. So what I like about it, Kevin, is the fact that the three-point line is really changing that huge disparity between what it is that a home court advantage used to be and what it is now. Still vitally important, I think, for young teams throughout the course of the regular season to get themselves in a position to have home court advantage. As slight as it might be, it is still one.
And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by Wall. And 12 points for Serge Ibaka.
Mostly a dunker early in his career, Ibaka has moved his game further out to the perimeter, which has dropped his percentages but raised his value as a floor-spacing big.
Yeah, those are the shots that you expect him to make. You've seen it before, and so far, just not on his A game tonight.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Yep, wanted to put another nail in the coffin and using those hands as a hammer.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. Wizards making a switch here. Terry's checked in.
Jason Terry.
Adams outside. To the paint. Here's Gibson. Soft touch off the glass.
They really did a nice job of getting the ball into an area where good things tend to happen, and they did.
On the wing, Terry. Three-pointer. But they'll get another chance. Outside, Wall. Second chance shot. Doesn't go that time. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. And with the rise of advanced stats, the big movement in the league, we've seen a bit of a backlash from the traditionalists and the scouts. We saw it in baseball. We're seeing it in the NBA. They say you have to watch the game to understand it. You can't boil it down to just numbers. I think what you've always said is they can all work hand in hand.
The numbers are interesting, Kevin, and obviously if there's some way that you can combine what it is that you see and backed up by the statistics, it'd be silly to think that you could get more information and that in some way you can't use it to your advantage.
And Meeks kicks to Wall. Wizards passing it around. Shoots the three. Kept alive by Washington. And he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. Wall's got 14 points here in the second half. Robertson dishes to Westbrook. Goes up the baseline, and Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Well, he's got no problem getting to that spot on the floor. Westbrook now looks more confident in those kind of results.
Wall attacking. Thunder with the rebound. Outside Westbrook. Collison with the screen for Westbrook. Off the pick. It's tipped and stolen by Noel. Terry with it, picked up by Collison. And they pick up two.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
Well, if he was wearing a badge, it'd be one of courage. He rose up and actually took that shot.
Poke loose.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
And even though he's been on a roll tonight, that one was a bit forced.
And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. When you look at the growth of the game internationally, you have some that say the system of development is better abroad in Europe than other countries. What do you think?
Well, the club system, Kevin, over there, and having a player involved at the age of 12 years old all the way up to 20 years old, playing with your same countrymen, being pushed around by professionals, getting professional coaching, and the type of practice regimen that they have. Most of the time, 2-a-days practice for most of the season, that's going to get you in pretty good shape and teach you the fundamentals of the game.
And a lot of those fundamentals, a lot of those practices were established by former coaches from this country that would go over there and hold these summer camps.
That's right. A lot of them implemented what they learned from the coaches from the United States and then took them to the next level. And again, a lot of those coaches who traveled from the United States to Europe really were instrumental in what it is that has now become the European development of basketball.
And that one's good by Gortat. Here's Cole. 1:53 left in the game. There's a screen. It's Collison top of the key. Fires from deep. Rebound, Washington. Noel's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. To the wing right side. Gortat. Oh, good with the triple.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Yeah, awesome job right there of closing out on the shooter to contest. May have made him adjust that just a bit.
There's 1:26 left to play in the final quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Wizards.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so checking out the record for these guys tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
A 2-game season series, they win them both and complete the sweep. And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for John Wall. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
There's a good screen. And Roberson kicks to Grant. And the dunk by Grant.
A nice pass in close quarters. Sometimes those can be tricky.
Burke, the pass to Noel. And there's the feed to Joseph. Pass to Burke. The Thunder pull it in.
Outstanding D there. They really got up in his shirt and made him uncomfortable.
Back to Cole. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
The offense has clearly kicked into gear. The question, though, is it just a little too late?
Definitely too late. The time to rally was when the game was in the balance. Now you're just creating highlight reels.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. .20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Joseph dishes to Gortat. Here's Cole. Grant outside. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.